shake it, baby.
Well, I thought I would do a little talk about what I've learned in the last year regarding lease purchasing programs with trucks and leasing on to a carrier. One of the things that I have learned, and again, there's no right or wrong way when it comes to being leased on to a carrier. I thought first, this is a point of view. I'm going down Mount Eagle. I'm going down Mount Eagle. I thought I would just do a little video of that. Taking the travel, I'm on the westbound side, going on the westbound side of Mount Eagle. But what I have learned, back in 99, 2000, I did a lease purchase program with a trucking company by the name of Burlington Motor Carrier. They were out of Daleville, Indiana. And at the time, they were probably I want to say they were about the 4th largest trucking company in the country at that time. They were under Warner. I think in that time, J.B. Hunt, Snyder, Warner, and then Burlington Motor Carriers were the order in terms of size, in terms of fleet. And I lease purchased onto them. I purchased a international cab over. Can't remember what year it was, but it was a cab over that I purchased, and I paid it off. I want to say it took me a year or two to pay that truck off. And then I traded it in. They had a program where you could trade it in and get a brand new truck, a brand new truck. And I did that. I bought a brand new Freightliner Century Class, a 2000, brand new, red, same color as my truck right now. And when I got it, it had, golly, I want to say they had 80 miles on it. Maybe not much. Maybe it was either 8 or 80. I guess that would have been just them driving on and off the truck, I don't know, or towing. I don't know where those miles came from. But my note was, if my memory was correct, I want to say it was like $400 a week. It's like $1,600 a month, something like that. This is in 2000. Their program was that I made, if my memory is correct, I want to say I got like $1.90 per mile. Again, this is 20 years ago. I'm trying to remember what I made, man. It wasn't like what I deal with here in Landstar. It wasn't, this load pays this much, this load pays that much, or I can negotiate here or that. No, I was just a high-paid company driver, and the load paid, I just got, this amount of money for deadheading, this amount of money per mile for the load. And I did not pick my loads. I can refuse a load, but I didn't pick my load. So I was dispatched just like any other driver. I competed against other company drivers. So, if I got into an area and a company driver beat me into, say for example in Nashville, well, he was priority in terms of getting a load. He would get that pre-planned before I did. So that was something that was interesting, but that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. this is the way I thought it was. So I want to say it was, golly, don't quote me on it. It could have been 90 cents per mile in terms of what I made. I don't believe it was $1.90. I want to say it was about 90 to $1 a mile that I received, man. And again, this is 20 years ago. At the end of the day, for the year, I think I made about $100,000 before expenses. That was including fuel and everything. So after everything was done, again, fuel back then, $1.99 a gallon, $1.05 a gallon. So we paid a third of what we pay now for fuel. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I probably, cleared maybe $30,000. But I thought I was doing it, man. I was an owner operator. I paid taxes, that type of deal. And it was, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Now, if I were to put this, what I'm doing here at Landstar, side by side with what I did with Burlington, well, Landstar is leaps and bounds above that situation, what that lease purchase program was. Now, in that program, I did pay off a truck. My second truck, again, I was young. I was in my 20s. I was home for the week. My truck was parked, and a RV ran into my truck and totaled my truck out. So at that time, I just let my insurance, paid it off. I paid the deductible, and I got out. And I got me a local job. So that's how I got out of that situation. It was a walk-away lease. I could have walked away at any time, but I had plans, I had dreams, and I was trying to go for it. After that, I left it and went to driving dump trucks, and I joined the union, all that great stuff. So the situation I'm in now, I get a lot of folks that ask me, would you consider getting your own authority? My answer to that is this: at this time, that can change, down the line. My answer to that right now is, I actually have my own authority. My wife and I, my wife does, on the bus side, we operate and we manage an authority with 5 drivers on it. IFTA, insurance, the whole kit and caboodle. Since I have been with Landstar, we've had to outsource some things, such as managing the authority through a service called Foley Services. They're good. I have no complaints about them. And they keep an eye on the day-to-day managing of my driver's files. They also keep an eye on the compliance of our DOT authority, MC and DOT number. So that kind of takes the burden off. In the beginning, I tried to manage that, and it was a headache and it was a problem, because I saw myself beginning to miss things, like needing to get my drivers updated in VR. Things like that were becoming a problem for me. So I had to outsource that. One of the things that I do know, and there's no difference between buses and trucks, insurance is expensive. Our insurance increased from about, I think, $13,000 per bus to roughly $22,000 per bus during the pandemic. COVID was the reason. COVID was the perfect excuse, and insurance rates went up. So we pay about $2,200 a month per bus for insurance. Our insurance premium is paid over a period of about 9 months. So that comes out to about $2,200 per bus. So that's something that we have to deal with. I don't have any apparent discounts when it comes to fuel. I don't have any apparent tire discounts outside of the national account that we have. We get whatever discounts we can get through that. We don't have the buy power of a bigger entity to give us those deep discounts. We use Com Data for our fuel. We probably get about 8 to 10 gallons discount per gallon. I mean, every bit counts, but it's not deep like we get here at Landstar. So I'm able to see firsthand what having my own authority would be like on the truck side. Now, I would imagine my insurance would not be as expensive as it is on the bus side with our bus company, but it would be significantly more than what I'm paying here at Landstar. So when I weigh those two options out, one, the peace of mind here at Landstar, not having to be concerned or having to manage my driver file or driver files if I were to add other trucks onto Landstar. I don't have to be concerned about that. Landstar will vet those drivers, and I will have the peace of mind that, you know, the driver is least qualified to do what we're doing. They're really good about that. Of course, people slip through the cracks. It happens. Not everyone they bring on is perfect. Some drivers come and go because, hey, they got lucky, got on, they did some things, they got cut. But those are the things that I don't have to be concerned about. I'm able to have that peace of mind that I will get a good driver because they're vetted deeply by Landstar. The other thing that I like here at Landstar, as opposed to me having my own authority, again, this isn't right or wrong. Those who have their own authorities, you know, they've got that thing figured out. And obviously they're having success with that. The buy power that I have here at Landstar is amazing. I wish I could get that on for my buses. The tire discounts and the fuel. Man, I can't say enough about the fuel discount. I mean, we're talking, you know, I get a tank and we're talking $40, $50 that I see in savings on a fill up. $40, $50 per fill up. Man, that's huge. I don't fuel anywhere unless I got that discount. I know where to go and where not to go. So that right there, man, is just savings, man, savings. I mean, this week right here, I've done a turnaround. We're looking at about 1,300, 1,400 miles for the week. And right now, probably about, I probably spent about $550 in fuel. I'm just being honest. Somebody's going to say, oh, that's BS. No way you only spent $550 in fuel. Yeah, right now I've only spent $550 worth of fuel. I'm 3/4 full. This tank can get me well into Indiana, and I'll top off. So yeah, I'll spend a little bit more. I'll probably spend another $300, but that tank is going to carry me into my next load. So yeah, at the end of the day, the end of the week, I'll spend $900 in fuel. But again, that tank is going to carry me into my next load. So the fuel discount is second to none. I wish I could carry it with me everywhere, in every part of my life. So we talked about that. We talked about the tire. When I first started with Landstar, those of you who have been following the channel know that I got back into trucking out of desperation because of our bus company suffering due to the pandemic. The bus industry came to a screeching halt. So we risked losing our bus company because of lack of revenue. We went through everything we could to continue to pump in revenue and around the gas. And my only option was buying a truck and signing on with Landstar, which is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So that, here we are. The bus company is flowing, it's rolling, and the truck is doing well. But in doing that, in the very beginning, I needed every dollar. And this truck was financing both businesses, the trucking business and our bus company. So I didn't have the cash flow. I didn't have the financial ability to be able to survive a major catastrophic breakdown. So I rolled the dice, man. God is good. I'm just going to say that, not to get preachy. But we were able to get ourselves through without a major breakdown. However, I did have a snafu where I snapped my drive line. This is last February, and that was a $2,500 repair. Now, we had it, but I didn't want to drain our account. And because we've been running so hard and so forth, Landstar, I was able to get that money fronted by Landstar, and we were able to pay them back over time. And I chose to pay it back quickly because I wanted it over with so we can move on. But if I had my own authority, I wouldn't have had that ability to have someone who had my back to front me those dollars to get my truck repaired and keep rolling and be able to generate revenue. I wouldn't have had that. I would have had to go get a line of credit, something to finance that. So that buy power, that peace of mind is priceless. And then the rates at Landstar, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And I compare, and I get on low boards and I look and I see the rates, man. And man, I mean, the dollars that we're getting here at Landstar rival what you're getting with direct pay from, running with your own authority by calling a broker directly and so forth. Yeah, you have to factor there. That's percentage. I don't know what factoring is. I'm guessing about 20% of the revenue goes to the factoring, if you have to factor. If not, you're looking at 30 days to get your money back. And again, I am not knocking those who have their own authority. Absolutely not. I'm just talking about what worked for me. I didn't have the ability to wait 30 days for my payments to come through. I got a green light at the scale here, always a great thing. So that, I didn't have that luxury, so I had no choice. Some folks will say, well, you're giving Landstar 35%. Okay, yeah. Landstar's getting 35% of the line haul. Just the line haul. Okay, just point it out. Just the line haul. And of course, if you have a stop, they're getting 35% of that. But what I'm getting for that 35%, one is peace of mind. Two, I get that deep discount on the insurance. I have the deep discount on the fuel. I have that deep discount on tires. I have the back office support of taking care of my IFTA. Because if not, I'm going to pay somebody to do that. I will. I just don't have the mind to do my own IFTA. Just not going to do it. I just don't feel like doing it. I'm just being honest with you. Call me lazy. I don't feel like doing that. So I have the back office power of Landstar taking care of my IFTA. I have the ability to have access to agents who can negotiate for me to these brokers if I'm doing a load that's not a direct customer of Landstar. I run both. I don't discriminate from direct shippers and or broker loads. I haven't had any issue. I chase the dollars. I will prefer a direct shipper, absolutely, but I chase the dollars. The load I'm on right now, I believe, is not a direct shipper. I believe it is. Never mind. Don't get me lying. I believe it's a direct shipper. We'll see. I believe it is. So I have that peace of mind. The agents will negotiate for me. I tell the agent what I want. I say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I want. And they go and they fight that battle for me. And they call me back and say, hey, Keith, I got what you asked for. Sometimes I got more than what I asked for. Sometimes I got less. Hey, you said 32, they came back with 31.30. You okay with that? Yeah, I'll do it. Or no, I'm not going to do it. I've had agents come back, it's $300 less. It's not the agent's fault, but it's who they're dealing with. I say, you know what? I'm gonna pass up on that load and I go on to the next. I have the access to the incredible technology that they have, the Landstar One app, the Landstar Connect app. I have access to that. I pay for my OmniTracks. I have access to the services there, and I have the ability to get paid almost immediately. I get 30% up front if I chose to take that up front. A lot of times I don't. But the money, the paperwork that I'm turning in, I turn that paperwork in on Monday. Wednesday I'm paid. I don't have to pay a fee to get factoring done. I don't have to pay 20% on that to get factoring. So I look at it this, 35%, I'm gonna pay that regardless if I have my own authority. I'm not missing that money. I'm not missing that money. They're gonna get that money. But on the other side, I'm getting the discounts. So those are the things I look at. Those are things that make sense to me. They make dollars and cents to me. Yeah. I just got an alert that there's a slowdown somewhere on I-65 of 18 minutes. So that's going to be fun. Wherever it is at, I'll look it up here in a minute. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that. That's my ditty, my observation on leasing onto a big carrier. Now, the buying through Lone Mountain, as opposed to going to a directly to the dealership. Now, I will eventually go I will go directly eventually to a dealer to buy a truck. You know, I'll put $20,000 down and I'll get that truck. I do that right now with our buses. We put $25,000-$30,000 down on a bus. We finance that bus. We bring the bus home. We work it. We make revenue. I will do that eventually, but I will say doing it through Lone Mountain was painless. I put $5,000 down. I chose my truck that I wanted. I went out there. I inspected it. I rolled the dice. It worked out. Here I am today and don't have any problems with the truck. I maintain it. I do what I have to do to make sure the truck is tip-top whenever I leave and I'm running this highway. The lease purchase programs, nowadays I'd imagine they pay more. I'm not sure what the numbers are like. I know some guys that are here with Landstar probably answer those questions better. I'll do my research on that. But I would imagine, you know, hey, they're probably not able to dispatch themselves. They're probably not able to, I don't know, choose where they're going to a point. I could be wrong on that. This situation with, you know, buying my truck through Lone Mountain and then putting that truck onto a carrier gives me that freedom to be able to operate and do as I please, go where I please, go when I please, stay home as long as I want to based on what I need to make and as long as I'm covering my expenses. So that freedom is there. So for me, having my own authority, I don't feel I'm missing on it. Well, I'm not missing on it because we're doing that on the bus side and it is a burden and a headache. So I just wanted to share that. My opinion on leasing on to a carrier, doing a lease purchase program, and being leased on to a carrier as opposed to having my own authority. No problem with that. I hope you guys enjoyed the point of view. I'm actually, I think I'm just outside of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, heading west on 24. But I'll finish this video once we get up to Chicago when I deliver. But tonight I'm going to run as far as I can in Indiana. I got about 7.5 hours, or 7 hours left of drive time, which will get me just south of where I need to be going home. And I'll get up in the morning, finish it. I'll be sitting in my house, drinking some coffee, or probably getting in my bed about at least 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, East Central Time. So stand by and we'll update this trip, man. But I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your weekend. We will talk soon. talk to you guys. Hey family, I thought about it. That video, this video rather, is about 25, 26 minutes long. It's long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Obviously I got a trip vlog that's going simultaneously, so but I'm gonna end that one. Just reiterate, again, factoring I think is around 3%, I believe, and obviously brokering fees is around 20%. I could be way off, not an expert on that. But yeah, I just wanted to give you my opinion on leasing, lease purchase, leasing onto a carrier, that type of deal. So, you know what I always say, everybody, keep doing what you're doing so you can see what it does. We will catch everybody in the next video. Be safe.